All right, what's up, my brothers? So in this video, I want to talk to you guys about the gas prices at the pump. Last couple of days, everybody that I've talked to won't shut up about it. It's all that's on their mind. Did you see how much gas is, Rich? It's gone da 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 da. It's like, yeah, I know. When the pandemic hit, it was like 99 cents a liter, in some cases even lower here. I live in the Toronto area. It's upwards of $2 a liter now, especially if you fill up. Like, I've got to use 94 in this because it's got a tune. Gas is getting a little more expensive than what it used to be, and by a little more, it's kind of doubled in a lot of areas, you know, for being honest. So to not put too fine of a point on it and why this is happening, it's essentially because people like to vote for liberalism, is what it boils down to. It's always about feelings over facts. Oh, here in Canada, Justin Trudeau, he's all woke, he's a male feminist, very progressive, all-inclusive, part of the pronoun crowd and all that sort of stuff. And as part of those policies, one of the things that they like to preach to people is, oh, we don't want to lay pipelines in Canada. That could be an environmental disaster. So where do they get their oil and gas from? A lot of it gets imported, right? There's this thing going on right now between Russia and Ukraine. I'm sure you've heard about it. And Russia is a pretty significant oil exporter. So this is what happens, right? You don't want to generate your own oil and gas domestically because you want to be woke and embrace, the baby seals and the penguins and all that sort of stuff. I get it. Totally understand. But when guys like Elon Musk are tweeting things like, we need to increase domestic oil and gas production, a guy that makes electric cars, something's up. The reason why he's probably saying that is there's probably a good number of electrical plants that generate electricity that are oil gas fired, for example. I know there's some that are nuclear fired, there's some that are coal fired, but electricity just doesn't come from the sun or the wind. There's not enough of it to have any kind of significant difference. So it usually comes from either nuclear or some kind of carbon source. Again, coal, oil, gas, something like that. So, hate to tell you guys, but that's what happens when you vote for dumb stuff. When you vote with your emotions, you're going to vote for policies and ideas that don't serve nations, generally speaking. Canada's rich in oil and gas. We've got loads of it. So does the US. I don't know what the reserves are in Canada versus the States, but our population here is 10 times smaller than the US. So realistically, we have more than enough to produce for domestic use, plus be an exporter. But we don't want to do that because environmental, hug the polar bear sort of stuff. That narrative, suits the woke crowd. But, the woke crowd have been the ones that have been complaining to me the last couple of days about the price of gas at the pump. For most people, it's gonna hurt. And yeah, increased gas prices translate to a lot of other things that become more expensive that tie into that. A lot of things are manufactured from oil, from crude oil. Plastics, there's a lot of raw materials that go into shit that we consume every day that come from oil and gas products, from carbon-based products. So don't think for a sec that, oh, I don't own a car, or I have an electric car, or I don't drive a car. It's all tied into the economy. If you're gonna choose to vote for liberal policies, that's what you're gonna expect to get at the end result of it. And I've been saying this for years, guys. You want to have a nice cost of living. You want to have a nice, comfortable, and easy, lucrative, and fun sort of life. Ideally, you want to vote for policies that reduce taxation, reduce any reliance on external sources for things like natural resources. Again, you guys want an easy, lucrative, and fun life? Don't vote for liberalism. I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. We're living in this paradigm now because everybody wanted to, hug the polar bears and kiss the baby seals and be all virtue signal to the world how clean and tight they are with their wokeness. But at the end of the day, if oil and gas is needed, it's got to come from somewhere. So why not make it domestically, right? Why not mine it and extract it domestically, especially in a modern country? Because it's, of course, going to lower the cost of living in that country, cost of transportation. Canada's a huge country. Most people need cars that don't live in downtown urban centers to get around, to get to jobs, to see family and all that sort of stuff. Again, vote for policies and procedures that minimize taxation, that reduce costs, you know, for your cost of living, essentially. There you go. So some of you may not like this video. Some of you may agree or disagree, whatever. I'm actually pulling in the gas station now to run it through the car wash, and it says $1.84.9 for regular, which means 94 for this car is probably going to be well over $2 right now. So there you have it, guys. That's what happens when you vote for dumb shit. You know, make stupid choices, get stupid results at the end of the day. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. Hope you guys have an awesome day. Leave a comment below and let me know what you think. Peace out.